This week we're going to go back to basics and look at how to combine multiple dictionaries. There are a few ways that you can do it and a brand new way that's coming out in Python 3.9. Welcome to another MetPy Monday. Hello, I'm John Lehman, a software engineer for Unidata. This week I want to talk about dictionaries. As I said before, they're one of the most useful data structures in the entire Python programming language, or you may be more familiar with them being called hash maps if you come from some other languages. And there are several ways that we can combine dictionaries. We have to be a little careful because, as we know, the keys in a dictionary must be unique. But there's a new way in Python 3.9 that is also very slick. So I want to show you a couple of ways to do it in anything Python 3.on, and then the Python 3.9 way as well. Now you'll notice we're in the terminal today. That's because I was not able to get a Python 3.9 Jupyter Lab install running. 3.9 is still pretty cutting edge. So you see I'm on 3.9.6, and we are going to just run the Python interpreter in the command line here, nothing fancy at all. I'm going to create two dictionaries. Dictionary A, actually we'll do a city and state here, so KOUN is Norman, Oklahoma. KTUL is Tulsa, Oklahoma. And let's go with KFWD. We'll call that Dallas, Texas. Now dictionary B, KJXN, that's Jackson, Mississippi. And I'm going to put KFWDN again, but instead of calling it Dallas, I'm going to call it Fort Worth, Texas. All right, so we've got our two dictionaries, A and B. How can we combine them into one dictionary? Well, the way that most folks think of is the update method. So let's see how that works. What's it going to do with those duplicate keys? And more importantly, does it give us a new dictionary or not? I'm going to call a.update, and the single argument is going to be B. And we notice that nothing was returned. So that must mean that it operated on one of the dictionaries A or B. And since we called the update method on dictionary A, we would expect it to have operated there. If we look at dictionary A, that is indeed what happened. But now we only have 4 entries in the dictionary, not 5. The second item, whatever we are updating with, takes precedence. So KFWD is now Fort Worth, Texas, because the Dallas, Texas was replaced. It was updated. So that's great, except it overwrites our original dictionary A. Maybe we don't want to do that. So I'm going to get my A dictionary back here. Another way we can do it and assign to a different dictionary would be by using the ** syntax. And this is a little bit less intuitive way to do it, but I'm going to have curly braces for a dictionary. **A, comma, **B. Remember, ** is how we can pass a sequence of, say, keyword arguments to a function. That ** unpacks them into our function call. So we are unpacking these two dictionaries into what? Well, 2 curly braces, into a new dictionary. We're taking each of these items, unpacking it, and creating an entirely new dictionary. Now if we look at C, we see it's got the same result. So the same behavior. The second item, in this case B, overwrote the item in A. So we're back to Fort Worth, Texas. Now if we change the order to be **B, **A, you see we're at Dallas, Texas. And since this is a later version of Python, the dictionary order is preserved. All right, so that's yet another way to do it. Now, why would you choose to use the ** syntax over update? Well, it's a little less readable, so that's a con, and it makes a copy of all of those items and puts it in a new dictionary, which could be a pro or con depending on what you're wanting to do. It's not good in the sense that it utilizes more memory, but it is good in the sense that both of your original dictionaries remain untouched. So it really depends on exactly what your goal is in combining or merging these two dictionaries. Now, one of the neatest things in Python 3.9, and you couldn't do this before, is you can use the pipe operator to do the same thing. So I can do A pipe B or B pipe A, and I get the exact same results as using update or as using the ** method. Now, notice this does return a new dictionary. So we're still making a copy, and we're returning a new object, not modifying A or B. So the pipe operator, I think, is a much more readable method. You can, of course, chain it together multiple times, but it's not going to do any good here because those dictionary keys have to be unique. So, for example, A pipe B pipe A still returns the same thing, except now we're back to Dallas because A is the rightmost dictionary, and that's what's taking precedence. So you can imagine a number of scenarios where you're wanting to combine data sets and do some more complex operations where combining dictionaries like this could be very useful. And though I like the syntax of update, I also like getting a new copy back a lot of the time because I'm generally not working with things that will fill up my RAM that badly. So the ** syntax is nice, but pipe certainly reads much, much better. And this is one of several new operators that we're going to try to look at and how to make your Python code read a little more elegant. Though this is a pretty basic topic, it just shows how many ways there are to do the same thing and that each has its subtle differences. I hope that you found this useful, and I'll see you on next week's MetPy Monday.